That's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income, you can make music.
This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. Like what the fuck is going on? Who told you that song and did you know all along? And why did your bitch sell that painting 2 weeks after he was gone? I'ma tell you what it feels like. It feels a little fishy. Feels like something's going on ever since that John Legend song and college prediction of a Grammy. If you ask me, I can't stand him. Seems a little weird. Question number 1, why is there no blood? Question number 2, Sam left in the AM is true, but you're talking about the shits all up in the afternoon. Don't trip, we're gonna find out the truth soon. Who did what to who? Did they plan to eat the chili fries or was it just a surprise? Can you see the lies of witness in a cowboy's eyes? Are we gonna just sit here and forget? Are we gonna ride like Nip said? It's a little weird that the judge quit. Handing out immunities like candy makes me sick. I got a lot of unanswered questions like, why is the footage all grit and I can't see shit? Who the fuck is that white man in that white BMW? Probably was the FBI. Yeah, I noticed that white guy, and I noticed the car wasn't in the pictures when they showed them afterwards. They thought we would forget. They got that shit backwards. They weren't expecting me to drop this track and raise all these questions with my Mac words. I'm really mobbing through LA smoking backwoods. I've been doing this shit all my life. TMC, AMI. You might just see an empty parking lot when you ride by. Well, me, I see way more. I see an independently owned store. I see the community taking power back, whether you're white, Mexican, Asian, or black. As long as you're not blue. Good ones, there might be a few, but from my life experience, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not defending Eric, but what's the fucking delay? They requested a quick trial, it's been over 800 days. They try to distract us in so many clever, creative ways. Yeah, you got your Grammy, and now you're a billionaire. But what about the families that are still living there? Seems a little unfair, just a little something to compare. I never seen a fireman wearing a bulletproof vest. Yes, the shit to me seems a little suspect. The shit's a little weird. Crisis actors taking away our fathers, making our child some bastards, killing creative men and women for their masters. The waves that Nip wrote in, you didn't know when it began. A bunch of new chapters, you didn't think about what would happen after. We would put the pieces together on your transparent bullshit. I can see right through it, like the clear blue sky in the LA sunny weather, where the palm trees swing side to side and we ride together on a white horse or a double R hearse in a foreign car. Either way, you gotta be on guard, because they're on tap for anyone who's brown or black with tats. Everybody sees it, but nobody wants to attack. It's sad if you ask, we all gotta blast back. We're in the game, though we can't touch the ball. Seems a little unfair if you ask me, that's all. So take your ignorant ass to YouTube and type in Tanique Reviews to get the real news. We're doing the shit for justice, not views. Sharing knowledge and coming together, that's the real tool. He tried to lead us to the lake, so don't sleep on the knowledge that he gave to me and you. He wanted us to learn from his mistakes, so with our new knowledge, good decisions we could make. And also one thing I wanted to say myself, they killed Dr. Sebi because he was teaching health. Assassins, they come in all shapes and sizes, big booties, hips and thighs. Oh, you're Diddy's girl, right? Oh yeah, John Legend, some things happen at your video shoot. I got a couple questions for you. All those strings you pulled, you still can't make a rap hit. You punk ass little bitch, you probably got a little dick. All the shit that you have to did. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face.
You're listening to Rain's Cash, RAINZCASH. You can get him on platforms all over, iTunes, Spotify, Rain's Cash. That's a song that we put together. I did the music, he put the lyrics together, and that's Rain's Cash. You can find Rain Cash too on Twitter. Not Twitter, but Twitter too. You can find him on Twitter, but you can basically find him on IG, and you can also find him on TikTok. He's also a professional skateboarder. That's it going on. Rain's Cash. We thank him for that tribute to Nipsey that he did. The song is entitled Anonymous. So if you want to look for Rain's Cash and Anonymous, you can get that song. He got videos right here on YouTube. But today we're here letting you know that everything on this show is alleged, and we're using it for entertainment, religious, and spiritual purposes, as well as educational purposes. But it's all alleged. Nevertheless, we are here with you guys today, and we see that Beverly B is in the building. Breezy B, we see you, Breezy. We see you in the building. We see you up in here, up in here. Got Breezy B. Yeah, like and share. Appreciate that. Everybody come in, like and share. Appreciate that. Breezy B up in the building. That's right. So we here, and we got to talk about this Jada Pinkett stuff. We have to talk about it because, once again, this is something that I brought to y'all attention before anybody. I brought it y'all attention back when she was with Queen Afua steaming her coochie, trying to steam all the whatever was up in there that didn't belong up in there. And I talked about this then, and I told everybody then, these people must not be together. At the same time, I told everybody that these people must not be together. I told everybody that the red table talk that she was doing she wanted to shame Will Smith, because what I believe from when I talked to a couple of California lawyers I talked to told me that the kind of prenup that they have, if she wants to get anything, unfortunately, Will Smith has to file for divorce. So, it's obvious with people saying she was sleeping with her son's friends and all kind of things like that. It's obvious that this woman doesn't want to be married. And it's obvious that she'll do anything she can to try and shame this man. Now, y'all get mad because YouTubers and bloggers, we go out and we find this information and bring it to y'all. But I don't hear y'all saying nothing when people like this bring their own garbage and bring it to the TV and stuff like that for her failing career. And I don't like the fact that she's using Tupac. I don't. That's the other thing. I think she timed this. And her and Setua, I believe, are good friends, Tupac's sister. I believe she timed this just in time with the arrest. If y'all look at this, y'all got to look at things. Why she come out with a memoir that don't nobody even care about? She ain't got nothing I want to read about at all, period. She coming out with a memoir. Right at the same time, they announced that Keefe D was arrested for Tupac. And her and Tupac are soulmates. That shows that she don't deserve a dime, and she was a lying hypocrite the whole time she was with another man. She was thinking that another man was her soulmate. Then why did she marry this one and participate with him buying his son away from his first wife, allegedly? And you in love with another man is your soulmate, but you gonna marry another one. That is just absolutely sick. And so this memoir, worthy, and I don't know what she worthy of. I'm gonna be honest with you. We in the early days gave Jada Pinkett a Pac pass. That's right. She had a Tupac pass because she with Tupac and Tupac saved her and all that stuff. We gave her a Pac pass, but after some of the revelations that came out about this woman and the things she's been doing, she don't deserve a Pac pass. Not at all, period. She's doing what certain other ethnic people have been doing for a long time, trying to destroy a black man because she can't get his money except he filed for a divorce. Let's take a look at some of the stuff that she said, and we'll come back and see how you feel.
We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time.
Keep my wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
Jada Pinkett Smith breaks down the aftermath of the shocking moment when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the 2022 Academy Awards.
To talk about what you've been through and how you've gotten on the other side.
In a sneak peek at Jada's sit-down interview special with Hoda Kotb airing in full Friday night, the actress looks back on the dramatic incident that occurred right after Chris made a crack about her hair, a joke that prompted Jada, who suffers from alopecia, a hair loss condition, to roll her eyes. And Jada explains what was going through her head as Will shouted at the comedian, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth."
First of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. But I'm like, what is going on?
Jada recently revealed that she and Will, who tied the knot in 1997, have been privately separated since 2016.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
It takes practice to have those difficult conversations.
As for the slap, Jada says she was really worried for Will, who took home an Oscar that night for his role in King Richard, explaining that for him, the outburst was wildly out of character. And while clips of the nominated performances played out on TV, Jada says that Chris leaned over the stage and attempted to apologize to her.
Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant no harm. Now, I'm just out of it because I'm really worried about
and
Will.
What's Will doing? He's just sitting there?
And Will's still talking. He's like, he's still, because now he's mad because Chris is talking to me. And I go, Chris, this is about some old shit. That's all I could think to say, right? And I couldn't really take in his apology.
Jada speculates that the issue may have stemmed from the false narrative she says she created in 2020 while trying to explain her romantic relationship with August Alsina. At the time, Jada and Will sat down together on her Facebook Watch series Red Table Talk for an emotional conversation.
I got into an entanglement with August.
A relationship.
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. The adulterous wife who forced him to go to the table and sit there, you know what I mean? And now look at what she's done. She has the power with an eye roll to make him go up and slap somebody on stage.
Jada's interview with Hoda comes 1 week prior to the October 17th release of her memoir, Worthy.
The more that we can bring these difficult subjects to light and talk about it, the more we can purify these subjects and bring them into something new.
In a preview clip released earlier this week, the actress revealed to Hoda that she and Will have been leading completely separate lives for the last 7 years, even though they never officially divorced.
Divorce is not an option. We're gonna be together. So we're gonna figure out how to be happy.
So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now, y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
Despite privately separating, the two kept a united front publicly, even defending their love to E.T.
Jada and I have, we weathered some storms, and that's really, for me, the only way that you can get to the other side.
Now a source explains to E.T. this unconventional method is simply their style. Quote, what you see is the loving way they choose to move forward.
I agree wholeheartedly with Brandon Harris. This is classic witchcraft. And Brandon, I don't know if you heard me, but we talked about this a year or so, maybe 2 years ago, when she had a daughter and her old mama sitting down steaming a coochie cat with Queen of Four, that I believe she was practicing witchcraft. Now, I talked to a couple of lawyers in California, high profile too, and they told me that I think the kind of prenup, see, Will met this woman on Independence Day, was actually introduced by Vivica Fox, and I'm told they got it on right then and there and was ready. But yeah, you remember, So I'm talking about two high-profile lawyers that the kind of prenup that Will got. If Will filed for divorce, she'll walk away good. If she filed for divorce, she won't walk away with anything. And so she's been on here trying to embarrass this man ever since she had the red table talk stuff. I said then that she was trying to bring this man down and force him to divorce her. To me, if I were him, I'd give me another woman and ignore her ass completely. That's what I would do. We in the hip hop community, we have overlooked the sins of Jada Pinkett because she claims she was friends with Tupac. And you got to take a look at this. All this stuff now with Tupac is really making me suspect that Keefe D killed Tupac, and Suge Knight is saying that there was only 2 people in that car. And not one of them was Keefe D or Orlando Anderson. And he not testifying under no circumstance. Now, while we trying to gather up information and the press is out there trying to see how this is unfolding, then all of a sudden she decides to release her book and let everybody know what I already told y'all. I told y'all years ago this woman dealt drugs in Baltimore. Ain't not one of y'all can't say y'all ain't never heard that on the show. I had arguments with so many people that didn't believe it. This woman was drug dealing, and Tupac saved her life because the night he saved her life and got it out of her, got her out of it. There was people who was about to put a hit on it. So Brandon Harris says, bad marriage for life, LOL. She knows he's not the type of man to throw in the towel. But not only that he's not the type of man to throw in the towel, he's not the kind of man to put his business out here like this either. So she's trying to shame him into filing for divorce so she can go be with August Alsina or her son's friend, whichever one. I don't know. Who knows? It's my speculation. That's what she wants to do, which is shame him. And see, this is classic. Let me show you why a lot of women are going to suffer behind this, especially black women. This woman is destroying black women. Now, look at this, okay? I want y'all to pay close attention. This is the reason. Jada Pinkett Smith is the reason why rich black men choose white women and Asian women. You want to know why? This is why. This is what black women do to black men. That's the truth. This is the honest goodness truth. This is why rich athletes rather have white women than Asian women, is because look at the nastiness of Jada Pinkett Smith. There's a better way to handle this stuff. Your career sucks. It's been sucking for years. It started with the kids. Your daughter writing Tupac a letter wishing he would come home. People were suspecting you then, and they suspect you now. That dumb show you had was dumb and stupid and revealed a whole lot where you want to reveal you had an affair, an entanglement. And the truth of the matter is she believes that that's what destroyed um, her career. And the truth is it probably did destroy her career. It was inappropriate, but once you in the limelight, I'm sorry, people will do anything to be in the limelight. Anything to be in the limelight. But this started, in my opinion, you can go back to when that young girl, her daughter, this is supposed to be Will Smith's daughter. I don't know about you, but if that had been my daughter, we'd had a serious talk. Tupac, I wish you come back so my mommy could be happy. I know you out there alive. I'm like, okay. I'd have to have a serious talk with my daughter, and personally speaking, I had to see if she wanted to be my daughter anymore. That's I'm just being real with you. And that just shined a light that this woman was unhappy. Now she comes out and admits that she's been in adultery all the time mentally because she said Tupac is her soulmate. So why the hell you marry this guy? We know for a fact that Pac asked her to marry him while he was in jail, and she didn't do it. But she said he her soulmate and always have been her soulmate. Then why did you marry this guy knowing that somebody else is your soulmate? Yeah, same here. She would have been disowned. Yeah, Pac wouldn't tolerate that stuff under no circumstances. But it's a difference between Tupac and Will. So know, my point, Brenda, I'm trying to make the woman, if you listen to what she's saying, it don't make any sense. It doesn't make sense what she's saying. She just said, oh, we've been separated since 2016. This is 2023, damn near 7 years. All right, they ain't called each other husband and wife. You know they getting down with somebody, so why ain't they getting divorced? You know why? Because if he filed divorce, she'll walk away pretty. If she filed divorce, she'll walk away with nothing. She won't even get child support because the kids are grown. And so what she's on a campaign to do, she's on a campaign to get this man to destroy his stuff. But if I was him, I would give me another woman and would ignore her because that's what's protecting him. Anyway, we popped off here for a second. That's what is protecting him is his prenuptial agreement. In his prenuptial agreement, I was told maybe he has to file for divorce in order for her to get the dollar amount that she wants. And what she's on is she's on a campaign to shame this man as she used another man's death to attach her book to. Want to come out, talk about Tupac was suffering from alopecia. So I mean, this woman is really money hungry, power thirsty. I have no respect for her. So as we're trying to get this man's death settled, she wants to take her nasty ass book and put her book in the middle of a situation where we're trying to find out the truth about Pac. This is some nasty Hollywood stuff, and I guess we can get ready to see more of this as time goes on. I mean, think about it. We were just uh, getting some traction here, moving about, trying to figure out, what the hell is going on. And we've been waiting 30 years for this. And so she finds out from the Tupac estate, in my personal opinion, I'm alleging this, that somebody's going to be arrested. I don't believe they're going to be able to convict Keefe D for anything. I don't believe it. I believe Keefe D is in jail for talking too much. And what he said a few weeks ago is what nailed his coffin shut when he said he saw the Rampart police at the Peterson Museum. He acknowledged that he saw Amir Muhammad, Rafael Perez, and them at the Peterson Museum the night they went there to try and press against Puffy to get some money, not just money for a hit, but they went because I think Puffy allegedly or somebody in Bad Boy owed money to the Southside Crips for dope. And so he admitted, though, that he saw Rafael Perez and them there, the Rampart police. And that's been the thought for the longest. If you want to know the truth, that's what Suge is saying. Suge is saying that there was no damn Keefe D or no Orlando in that car. Suge is saying that if you solve one, you solve the other. What does that mean in simple? That it was cops that killed Big. We know that for sure. And it was cops that killed Pac. That's what he's saying. Without snitching, he dry snitching. And there's no question about it. Bro, it's just no way. That's what he's saying in short. And that's why him and Reggie go back and forth. Reggie mad because Suge will say that, Reggie is the one who hired cops and no cops and all of that stuff. He hired cops. Suge will tell you that he only hired gang members, Mob Pyru, which is pretty much true. But Reggie claims he don't know those guys or whoever. But the fact is, Suge say you solve one, you solve the other. So Suge is saying that it was cops that killed Big, and it was cops that killed Pac. And I believe that. But Keefe D, he's just like his nephew. All right, let me just say this. Yep, Brandon says, yep, just another damn cover up. Yeah, let me say this, Brandon. This is cool. This is true, though. Check this out. It's ironic because I tell people all the time, I interview people who knew Orlando real good. I'm not going into no names and stuff. I know how hard his children have had and the stuff like that. Orlando got just under $1 million from Tupac's estate. Orlando sued Afeni Shakur for getting beat up. All right, I want you to think about what I said. Now, first off, I had the video up here. I wanted to show y'all. I do not know what I did with that video, and I wanted y'all to see this. Let me see, can I get that video up here? I know I downloaded that video. If I could just remember where I put that video. I just don't remember where I put. Okay, I got the video. Let's see if it'll upload. Okay, no, it won't upload. I gotta get that video. But the video was a fight. If you watch that fight at the MGM, the person didn't know. Yeah, he sued Afeni. He sued the hell out of Afeni. Yes, he did. She sued him back because she was mad. Okay, but he sued her. And let me say this, Brandon. He sued the Tupac Shakur estate and won. Let me just get out there. He won. He some estimated at $700,000. Some estimated at $1 million. And on top of getting that from the Tupac Shakur estate, he also got some estimate $75,000, some estimate $200,000 from Death Row Records. He got that much money from Death Row Records so he could go and he could lie for Suge in court because he lied and said that Suge didn't kick him and Suge was the only one trying to help him. And so Death Row paid him for telling that lie. All right. So the guy had, yeah, he got money from Suge too. He got money. He got $1 million from Afeni. He got anywhere from 75,000 to 200 and some $1,000 for death row just to make an appearance in court and lie. And so when the court played the video, they saw Suge do one little kick, and that one little kick is why Suge did 9 years in the penitentiary. All right, that's why they can't. That's why they can't put Big's death on Suge. Any way they want to, they couldn't put Big's death on Suge because Suge was in lockdown. They had the FBI, Suge's roommates. They were clocking who came. You can get the list of the people who came to visit Suge in jail. It's not that big. You can also get the list of people who came over to Suge's house the night that the shooting happened. That's available for y'all. I may put that up here one day for y'all. But my point is, they know Suge was in jail. Suge was recorded in the washroom, shower. He was recorded in his cell. If he had said anything about Big, Suge would be in prison right now for Big, not for hitting people who pull guns on him. But Suge ain't had nothing to do with it. Now, my point in saying all that, that's why they're not bothering Suge with Big situation. They can't bother him with Pac's situation because he's a victim. He got shot. He was in the car, got shot, got fragments in the head. And the stray bullets don't care where they go. And if they were directly shooting at Suge, they would have hit Suge. You can't miss him. I don't know why people don't seem to understand this. Frank Alexander, before he died, came to a revelation and realized that if they were shooting at Suge, they would have killed Suge. All right? That's that bullet-riddled car. Look at those bullets. That's how Suge got hit in the head. That straight bullets could have hit anybody. Absolutely anybody. So ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be sitting next to you and pay somebody to come and shoot you, and I'm gonna be in the car. Look at them bullets. You could have had children in the back seat. The Godada Jones could have been in the back seat. She wasn't in the back seat, but she could have been back there. And look at the back door. Those bullets would have tore right through her body. She would have died. So my whole point, Suge wouldn't have did no messy stuff like that at all, period, whatsoever. That he could have did this a whole bunch of other ways without doing something like this. This was done. See, a lot of y'all forget. Okay, and I'm not going to go back to the whole Tupac history and story for y'all. I'm not going to do that. But a lot y'all should get this book. Let me put it up here. This is a pretty good little book. It's up here. Hold on one second. Y'all should get this book. I don't know why y'all won't get this book. And you can get it on ebooks for about $2.88. This book is written by Michael Douglas Carlin. It's called Chaos Merchants. He dedicated this book to Russell Poole. He dedicated this book to the notorious B.I.G. He dedicated this to Chaos Merchants by Michael Douglas Carlin, former LAPD detective Russell Poole. He did that in there. He dedicated that book in there. And he dedicated the book to Jimmy Suge, Marion Hugh Suge Knight. He dedicated this book to him as well, too. Now, am I saying that I agree with everything in this book? No, I am not agreeing with everything, but Michael Carlin has some facts in this book that people need to pay close attention to. Now, to me, I'm going to tell you what I believe, and this is alleged, all right? Personally speaking, I believe the two people in that car was Kevin Gaines and I believe Kevin Hackey. That's just what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe the people in that car, Kevin Gaines, Kevin Hackey. I believe Kevin Gaines may have played a part in Biggie's death as well, too. Why is it that we know for a fact that Frank Leica killed Kevin Gaines, and we got him on recording saying he knew that Kevin Gaines, who he knew who Kevin Gaines was, and he knew that Kevin Gaines was a cop. And he said the only thing he hated, that it wasn't a bunch of other Negroes in that car that he could have killed. And so Frank Leica said if the LAPD messed with him, he would bring down the whole police department, even though they sanctioned him and stuff like that. They gave him his retirement, and y'all ain't seen y'all ain't seen Frank Leica no more. Now, he waited 20 years to confess that he killed that man, but he also let everybody know that it was intentional and that it was a hit put on Kevin Gaines. Now, here's what you guys are not paying attention to. Kevin Gaines died. He was murdered like a week after Big. You say, well, what does that mean? See, if you go back to the stories and stuff we did about Tupac that got some people upset and made them actually come on YouTube, we told you how Suge caught his ex-wife Sharitha and Kevin Gaines together in Las Vegas. That's correct. Took them both. Remember, Kevin Gaines is an LAPD officer. Took them both to the desert in Las Vegas, stripped them butt naked, allegedly, and was going to dig a hole and bury their ass. That's right. Suge Knight did that because he didn't want to see Kevin Gaines with his wife. And Kevin Gaines was married. Kevin Gaines' wife, her name is Georgia. Her name was Georgia Gaines. He was married at the time. So even though Suge didn't kill them for whatever his reason was, he drove off, left their ass naked in the desert, and they got back however they got back. Now, if you're a police officer, and a man take your ass in the desert, and he let you live, and you make it back to Los Angeles, what the hell you think is going to happen? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You know darn well what you're going to do. You're going to strap up and you're going to handle your business. A dude just embarrassed you in front of your girl, his wife. He got other kids by other women and stuff and took you out to the desert. You're going to handle your business. So from that point on, Suge had a target on his back for taking an LAPD officer in the desert, stripping him butt naked and letting him walk around in the desert naked to get back home. So to me, yeah, that's right, Brandon. If you don't, you're a fool. That's what I'm saying. You know good well that happened to you, and you live, and somebody took you out and they want to kill you and dig a hole, and they just leave you out there. And by some miracle, God let somebody come along and they pick you up. You're embarrassed and stuff like that. And after that, Suge got a target on his back from that point on. So to me, if you look at that, the intended target of that hit was Suge Knight. I'm going to tell you something else, which I told y'all this before. The intended target at the Peterson Museum was not Biggie. The intended target at the Peterson Museum was Sean Puffy Combs. The only reason that Puffy is alive right now, the only reason he's alive is because of Gene Deal. Had Gene Deal not told that guy to blow the red light, all those bullets would have went into Puffy. They wouldn't have never went into Biggie. Biggie was a casualty of circumstances because they stopped. The car was already parked. Now, I want to get one thing straight. And I don't know how many times Lil Caesar got to tell y'all. All right? Now, I believe Lil Caesar because Lil Caesar was sitting behind Big. The bullets that hit Big in the back while Lil Caesar was ducking forward, trying to dodge the bullets, those bullets could have hit Lil Caesar. Lil Caesar made it very clear that there was no drive-by. He says a lie. The car was already parked, and they stopped right next to the car that was parked, and the car just began to fire inside of the car, and the bullets hit Big. All right? So if you imagine, had Gene Deal not told the driver to blow the light, Puffy would have been stopped there, and those bullets would have came in and killed Pup. Okay, Ty 8843 says, my only thing with that, Tanique, then why is Puppy still here? He's still here because you know some damn money didn't change hands, Ty. We know for a fact with the Las Vegas Police Department right now that he gave Zip $1 million. Zip was the smart one. Zip did what I would have did. I would have kept it. What you gonna do? Call the police and tell them you gave me $1 million to pay off for a murder? Von Zip was a smart dude. But yeah, here you is. You didn't try to kill Tupac and Big, and people been shot. Yeah, you gave me $1 million to deliver. It never would have been delivered. I would have kept it in Zip built him a big club. You can laugh, Brandon. I'm for real. Brandon, think about what I'm saying. A dude just gave you $1 million to go pay some. What are you gonna do? Call the police and tell the police that he gave you $1 million to pay off some people for killing some people? No, he ain't finna do that. Zip took that $1 million, built him a huge club, and he got mad at Puffy because Puffy wouldn't come to open up his club, but Puffy probably didn't want to come because Zip used that $1 million to open the club. Brandon said, hell no. That's what I'm talking about. Hell no, you're right. But I don't blame Zip. That's what I would have did. He wasn't involved with no murder. You give me $1 million, like, I'm not going. I'm going to put it in my pocket and build me a club too. And plus, he had the muscle and the connections. Well, nobody going to mess with him. You out murdering people and stuff. It's supposed to be allegedly murdering people. It's supposed to be a music executive and stuff like that. And that kind of stuff like that. That's crazy. So here's my point. My point is, the Sugars, I'm gonna believe the person in the car. And this is why they're not gonna be able to convince. They trying to make you think. See, y'all gotta go back years ago when I did this story about the guy that was with Greg Kading trying to force Las Vegas to close this case. So who they go after? They let Keefe D stay out over 30 years. He has level 4 prostate cancer. And now they're trying to charge him with murder. And Keefe D has never said he murdered anybody. Let's hear what Keefe D got to say so y'all can stop lying and saying Keefe D said he murdered somebody. First, let's look at the arrest. Then we'll look at what Keefe D got to say.
Keefe D. Davis was set to be arraigned today in a Clark County courtroom, but that didn't happen. Instead, the man accused in the murder of Tupac Shakur requested a continuance because he says he needs to get his legal representation in order. Davis, who was arrested last week, did not have a lawyer with him in court today at the Regional Justice Center. Today, Mario Scott, a Las Vegas man who tells us he's Shakur's cousin, was at the courthouse.
We both got chills and was so emotional, but we're just glad something finally happened in the case.
Davis faces 1 count of murder with a gang enhancement. He's set to be back in court October 19th and will continue to be held without bail.
Well, Davis told the judge in court today that he needed more time to arrange for his out-of-state counsel to represent him here in Las Vegas, and he got a 2-week delay in his arraignment.
That's right, and our Jaewon Jung found out what's involved when a defendant wants an attorney from another state.
The man accused in the murder of rapper Tupac Shakur asked a Clark County judge to delay his arraignment Wednesday. Dwayne Keefe D. Davis wants a California attorney to represent him, and in order to do that, they'll...
Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. It was a question that gripped the world. Who killed Tupac Shakur? The 25-year-old rapper, considered one of the most influential artists of all time, was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, on Friday, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on 1 count of murder with a deadly weapon in relation to the killing. DJ Vlad, a major commentator in the hip-hop industry for years, admitted that police in Las Vegas asked him to help their investigation after he interviewed Keefe D. for his...
There y'all go. DJ Vlad was asked to help the police department. So any hip-hop people that go on DJ Vlad, they ass should go to jail. Because now he worked with the police. Now, I want Tupac's murder too, but listen, you have a right to remain silent. And so therefore, if you're talking to somebody working with the police, you have a right to know that they're the police. What Vlad did was wrong. The question has been answered for years, asked for years. Is Vlad a police officer working with the police? Now we know the answer to that. Hell yeah. You on when you know what you're into.
Yes, he definitely is the fucking police.
100%.
Yep. Yeah, that's my man Tring. He got a YouTube page. I've been down with him since he first started years ago. He be doing like private investigations and stuff. He on point with it too.
You got it, bro. Share your thoughts with everybody. Go ahead and share your thoughts, everybody, bro.
Yeah, no, I said what I thought. I believe that my thing. This is my question. I have a question. Do you think that Puffy's going to get arrested?
I have a strong feeling that if they serious, if Las Vegas serious, but I don't believe Las Vegas serious, they would have to arrest Puffy. Now, there was a comedian, I can't think of his name, but he was into it with another comedian. He was into it with Charleston White. He used to room with Zip, and he confirmed that Puffy gave Zip $1 million.
PK Kirkland.
Yeah, Kirkland. He
Yeah.
confirmed that Puffy gave Zip $1 million. So if that's true, then they go and press against Puffy at the Peterson Museum for $1 million they never got is true. How the hell are you going to arrest Keefe D and not arrest Puffy as well too?
Yeah, but they can arrest. They might not be able to arrest Puffy because if Zip ain't give Keefe D the money, then there's no murder for hire there.
Not true. Because remember, the intent for murder for hire is still there. You don't have to get arrested for murder or for hire. All you have to do is be proven that you had the intent to do it.
Okay, but how you gonna do that? Zip did.
Zip did, but Keefe D not dead.
Right, true. That's true.
And that's the reason why Keefe D has never been more vulnerable than he is right now, because there's some people who want him dead because they don't want him to talk.
This whole thing is one big mess to me, and we've been investigating this thing for years. But I can tell you one thing: they only were arresting Keefe D because he didn't fucking did it. Now Keefe D went. Oh, that's what I meant to say. Keefe D, when the cops had him, you know what he said? He said, "I didn't do nothing."
Yep, he sure did. I got the whole arrest.
Yeah,
No,
he
but
said,
I
"I
tell you
didn't
what
do
he
nothing."
did say though, a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago. He said something that made people took a second turn. He said that at the Peterson Museum, while he was trying to press Puffy some money, he saw Rafael Perez and them there.
Yeah,
And that's when 3 weeks after he said that, they raided his house, and then they finally arrested him, because what he did by saying that, he made Miss Wallace worth $4 billion.
Right, and then another thing. And then just imagine what if Miss Feeney would have got for Pop, because we know when you saw one, you saw the other, right? But this is what I want to ask you, Tanique, not to jump all over the place. That recording with Sharitha Knight and Judy Lakowski.
No, that was something that was merged together, man. And listen, that ain't what that was. That's an idiot put that together. Listen, we at one time, a group of us had formed something with Reggie Wright, and we used to call in on an 800 number, and you know, we were all talking, and we were trying to form a brotherhood and tighten things up on YouTube. And so when I called that 800 number, I didn't know I was being recorded. And then when you talk to somebody else, you're recording them, and somebody spliced that together. That wasn't me talking to nobody.
Okay, all right. So I remember the brotherhood, Tanique. I've been down with you from
yeah.
years
So
ago.
that's what that was about, and I pulled out of that. Me and 313 Live, we both pulled out at the same time because we was on another agenda.
Yeah, I remember it used to be you, 313 Live, and it
Lay
used to be Gab, Lay Legend, and Gab.
Yeah. And so when I
Gab.
called, so we used to call in on his 800 number, and I didn't know that thing was being recorded. Then, you know, eventually he interviewed Judy Lakowski too. And so this guy, Alex, took that stuff and splurged that stuff together. So I ain't never had no conversation about nothing like that, but it was put together like that.
But you know what, though? I think that me and Gab from the same place, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I had Gab number before and we talked, but I think Gab got threatened because he had this show up, right? And if you ever get a hold of him, ask him for it. It's called Boss of All Bosses. And he had that up online. You remember that?
Yep.
He took that down, and I asked him to put it back up, and he refused to put it back up. And there was some interesting information on there about what's his name, David Kenner, and what that guy, the guy that ran Las Vegas, George Kalisis.
George Kalisis, right?
Yeah, he had that, and I believe that right there was a lot of truth to what Gab had up on that page, because they made him took that shit down. Not YouTube, but somebody called him, make him take that down. Because I asked him, Dad, put it back up. He said, "I want to, bro, but I can't."
Yeah, but you know, that was part of the problem. I'm not joining anything where I can't report the news or report the truth. You know, like and people gonna manipulate and lie instead of telling the truth. I can't support nothing like that, you know, because we all of us are not going to agree on everything, and that's cool. We human, but I can't be involved with nothing where my hands gonna be tied and I can't report what it is that I allegedly believe. That's what being an independent journalist is. You're reporting what you allegedly believe. You're not saying that it's fact or that it's true, but from what you read and from what the people you talk to, this is what you believe. And to me, it has to be true because Gab is straight up. So if he took it down, then it's for a reason he took it down.
Yeah, you remember he had it up. It was called Boss of All Bosses, and that was the episode of it was all about David Kenner and George Calisis. Now here's my thing. Yeah. But back to that interview, you said it was pieced together, right, with Judy Lukowski. But that $10,000 allotment.
No, let me just say this. I went on the 800 number when I called Reggie. It's his 800 number. That's how we all contacted him.
Yeah.
I brought up the fact that Kevin Gaines had a $10,000 check from Death Row.
Yeah.
And Reggie didn't know nothing about it.
Reggie
and so he didn't know nothing. No, let me explain what he said to me. He didn't know nothing about that. All right. And I sent him what little information I had, and that was the gist of that conversation. Now, if he had a conversation with somebody else, I don't know anything about it because I wasn't on the phone with it.
Right. That's that same $10,000 that Detective Russell Poole found in
Right. That's why I told people tonight, if they get the book that I just put up, Michael Carlin's book, they'll see that $10,000 check.
I know that you talking about the Chaos Merchant.
Yeah, you'll see that $10,000 check that the police found that Kevin Gaines had. All right, and it's from Death Row Records. So I did ask him about that. I thought I could ask him anything. That was that. Now, if he asks anybody else about it, I don't know anything about that. I wasn't a part of that. I asked him, that conversation was over with.
Yeah, but another thing too, Tanique, why nobody never bring up Nino Darden? Because his ass was in Las Vegas that night too. He was with Kevin Gaines on a special assignment.
You forget that I put up the picture. Nino Darden, Kevin Gaines, Rafael Perez, David Mack gambling at the table.
Yeah, talking about
that's what the same picture I put up is that's the night they arrested him for the $745,000 he stole from Bank of America. That was his girlfriend. She was the manager at the branch. I put the picture up. They arrested him at the tables blowing money.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was so long ago. But listen, it's another thing too with that. Nino Darden was there, but do you remember Gaddafi said he looked like a bitch in the face? If you look at Nino Darden, he look a little sweet. You know, he got the little curly hair, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that arm that came out that car was Kevin Gaines' arm. And I believe that it was Kevin Gaines that shot big. Kevin Gaines started making some crazy phone calls. You know, he called the police department talking about he shot him, a person who looks just like him. The police, he was over a Sharifa's house, called the police, told me he shot somebody, and he described his own self. When the police got there, the person he was talking about was him. And they were already investigating Kevin Gaines because of the nice car and stuff that he was riding around, you know, different cars, and he had more money. So I forget what that department is called. When cops have money, they were already investigating him for that stuff. But nevertheless, right after Big gets shot, about 5 days later, Frank Liger go to kill Kevin Gaines. And we know Frank Liger killed Kevin Gaines because he said it and confessed it on the tape.
I know, I heard him say it too. But how does Detective Liger get involved in this? What is that? How did he get involved in that?
Well, it was a hit.
Yeah, it was a hit.
That's why if you get Chaos Merchants, and go to chapter 7, you'll read about what Russell Poole called the Death Row Police. Now, keep in mind, Russell Poole gave Michael Carlin all the evidence that he had, boxes and boxes of evidence. And if you look at the Death Row Police, which is tied to the Rampart Police, then you'll understand.
Right. But then you, if you're gonna go with that, and then you might as well go with them stealing the bricks of cocaine out of the evidence locker.
Well, we know they was. That's what Rafael Perez
Perez.
did.
Yeah,
He
listen.
did it, and then
Yeah.
he tricked. Then he lied on 450 other cops.
Yeah.
Even though some of those cops were dirty, but a lot of those cops were clean and permanently damaged behind that.
Okay, so the coke getting stole out of the evidence locker by Rafael Perez, right? Then you go
Yep.
back to Snoop Dogg with the murder of
And his evidence
the
was
evidence
stolen.
got sold out
And
of
that's
there.
why I tell people all the time, Snoop Dogg was not found innocent because of no lawyers. He was found innocent because evidence was stole out the locker and they couldn't present the evidence for it, so therefore he was found not guilty because of that reason.
And you know why all that stuff, and you know what comes to my mind? Everything that comes to my mind is about you go with Russell Poole theory, right? And then you go back and think about this. The drugs getting stole, guns getting stole, all that shit, right? Freeway Rick Ross connected Suge Knight, Pat Johnson, and he connected Keefe D and Michael Hario, and Suge was the front man, and they was using that money. It's the same circle. All the whole Contra scandal, all that is connected to death row. All that shit was getting.
Look at it this way. Like I tell people, they hired Kevin Hackey in 1991. All right, 1991, Kevin Hackey was hired. In 1991, when Kevin Hackey was hired, he was an FBI informant. He was an FBI informant from 91 to 96, 97.
Yeah.
So look how long the FBI been there.
Yeah, exactly. So that lets you know. And you know, death row got set up from a jail cell. You know that, right?
From what's his name in jail? Little singer.
No, it got set up. Death row got set up in a jail cell in the visiting room with Freeway Rick Ross.
Oh yeah, Freeway Ricky Ross, right? I remember Freeway Ricky Ross didn't want to be bothered with it, so he told Harry O about it.
It's bullshit. He was involved in it. He helped put up some of the monies, and he
probably did, but he didn't want to take a head-on thing with Death Row. He told he told Harry O about it.
Yeah, he connected them together. He actually connected David Kenner to Hario, and I bet you didn't know that. He said that out of his own mouth.
Yeah, David Kenner was his contact, and not only that, he also paid the $3 million to do Anita Baker's album "Sweet Love."
Yeah, I know. And he also the one that put Denzel Washington on with his first play.
Yep.
Hario did that. Yeah, so they all connected, and this is why. And did you know that Big Dre? Did you know Big Dre had his own record company? Look. Oh yeah, Big Dre had his own record company. It's called hold on, I'm about to tell you what it is now. It's called Run Something. He on his first album coming out right. Guess who he had on his album? Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was one of
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Dre, Big Dre, Freaky, Snoop Dogg was one of his artists.
Right.
Matter of fact, let me look it up while we on the phone. While I'm on here.
Wow, man, that's heavy. That's what you call knowledge.
Yeah. It is.
And so basically, when you take a look at all of this, so for 30 years now, we've been wondering and trying to figure out what went on, and what didn't go on, what happened to, Pac, who shot at Pac and Suge. Then all of a sudden, this woman finds out ahead of time that there's going to be an arrest, and now her memoirs come out. And because we gave her a pass because she knew Tupac, she didn't tie her book to Tupac and trying to ride the wave. She's trying to ride the wave of an individual who may be deceased just to get some money to shame her husband so he can file for divorce because she won't get no money if he don't file for divorce. Indeed, Clear Publishing, LLC, UTA, Snoop Dogg knows something too. Snoop Dogg know a lot. But, you got to ask yourself a question. do you want to get involved with this? Because you don't know if these cats are for real, which I seriously doubt whether Las Vegas is for real or not. And let's say they're for real. Well, you know, KVD better start making deals. He needs to start making deals real quick. And so ain't no telling what's going to come out of his mouth. So you got a lot of nervous people right now. A lot of nervous people. Check it out.
Welcome back to Facebook Uncensored. It was a question that gripped the world. Who killed Tupac Shakur? The 25-year-old rapper, considered one of the most influential artists of all time, was gunned down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, on Friday, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was indicted on one count of murder with a deadly weapon in relation to the killing. DJ Vlad, a major commentator in the hip-hop industry for years, admitted that police in Las Vegas asked him to help their investigation after he interviewed Keefe D for his own show. And DJ Vlad joins me now.
Tupac pulled out a gun.
It looked like he was reaching, yeah. Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you actually see a gun?
No, shit. Once he got the reaching, I got the ducking.
So someone from your car
That's what happened.
started shooting at Tupac and Suge.
So Orlando shot across Dre?
He leaned over on the window. We rolled down the window, popped.
Who was it?
They was drove on my side. I was popped them. You know what I'm saying? But they was on the other side.
Right.
Well, DJ Vlad joins me.
So at no time, period, did any of y'all hear that boy say that he shot anybody. He's always blamed his dead nephew, which is a thing that the people do now. They're blaming the dead guy because the guy's dead. And I think this is where it starts at. So a lot of people who are getting caught for murders, if somebody else is in there dead, they're blaming the dead guy. But not one time did you hear Keefe D say he did anything. He said he was ducking. He looked like a guy was reaching. So show you he didn't want to get shot. He was ducking. He said it looked like he was reaching. And we know that one thing about that car, and I like to bring up this, that a lot of people don't talk about, and I brought this out before. This is the reason why I brought out the whole incident with the car. Because, let me just say this. This car that Pac and Suge was in is not Suge Knight's car. Suge Knight had one like this. But like I revealed to y'all years ago, and I can put the video up, this car belonged to Suge Knight's brother-in-law, Norris Anderson, who passed, I think, in 2021. Norris Anderson. This is not Suge Knight's car. This car is not even worth the money. If you want to buy it, because Tupac died, you can pay $1 million for it. But this was not Suge Knight's car. This was Norris Anderson's car. And I think that's very, very important for you to understand. Now, why Suge didn't drive his car or let Pac drive his Hummer, that is a whole nother question. But this is Norris Anderson's car, Suge Knight's brother-in-law. This is not Suge Knight's car. I thought that's important for you guys to know. You know, you understand that. So, you know, but you hear Keefe D as he talks about it. And what I was saying earlier, he reminds me a whole lot of Orlando. When Orlando got the money before we were interrupted, Orlando got the $1 million from the Shakur estate, and he got the money from Death Row Records. What Orlando did was hire a lawyer and decided to go mainstream and tell everybody that he had nothing to do with Tupac's murder. And they were trying to get Orlando to swallow this in the hood, you know, that he would be a legend for shooting at Suge, and he didn't want it. He went into a store one day and went in there, and the girl was looking at a tabloid, and then she started looking back at him, and the tabloid said he was the murderer of Tupac. And that's when he decided to take the same money that they gave him to go on a media blitz to let the world know that he had nothing to do with it. And then he made it known that when the police arrested him, they arrested him listening to Tupac music. Then he also revealed, allegedly, that he had a record company, and that allegedly Death Row was going to be carrying his record company, and that was for him going to court and lying, saying Suge didn't kick him. And that was some of the things that was promised Orlando. But he wouldn't swallow the fact that, okay, you can keep your legendary status by saying that you had something to do with Tupac. He wouldn't do it. He went on Media Blitz. That's the same videotape that that woman used to launch Ben Crump's ambulance chasing career, where you're looking for black men who've been shot or something in the news to try and sue somebody. I mean, he's going to investigate the death of Tupac, didn't do shit, didn't produce Moprine with nothing that they didn't already have, and that's how he launched his career. He launched his career off that stuff. And they used Orlando's interview that he did with a reporter that was supposed to be on TV, where Orlando's telling you that he had nothing to do with it. So I said that to say this. You see Keefe pretty much saying the same thing. How you gonna be this big bad gangster and see somebody reaching and all of a sudden you ducking?
Well, hey, brother, to me, it's called Runoff Records. That's the name of Runoff Records. That's the name of Big Dre Freaky record company. Snoop Dogg was an artist on there, and so was Trey D, and a couple of those Crips. Matter of fact, half of the Crips that hung out with Snoop Dogg from the Rolling 20s, they was in conjunction with Big Dre and Orlando and Keefe D. They had their own record company. Look it up. Runoff
I know. But Orlando was going to his record company was eventually going to be distributed. They made him think about Death Row Records. That's why I find it strange that the first person on the scene when Orlando's dead, he said it was by accident, but it's just weird to me. Out of all the people in the world, that the first person on the scene, senior, he's first person on the scene.
Senior. Now, but listen to this, Tanique. Do you know that even not to go too far off the subject, but Reggie Wright's name was in Young Dolph paperwork too?
Well, yeah, you remember that he got caught on some charges in Memphis selling to Trula Mafia. Remember
that's the name of it, the Trula Mafia.
Yeah, because he got remember he got some marijuana charges and some gun charges accused of that shit anyway, and it was to the Trula Mafia gang in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, and that's how because my uncle from Memphis. But see, that's how I saw that paperwork, and I saw Reggie's name in there. As Reggie was dealing with the Great Street Crips, the Peter Roll Mafia, and also the Trula Mafia family, right?
Right, allegedly, that's right.
Allegedly, let's say allegedly. My man. But allegedly, is it fair to say that Young Dolph opened his mouth?
No, what Young Dolph did was to Dolph. Business, what I found out from the people I know was close to Dolph, business is business, okay? And so what Dolph did was sign two guys.
Oh, Big Gucci Great.
Right. When Dolph signed them, that sent a bad message, and that's why Dolph is dead. Point blank, it's simple.
Okay.
All you got to do is look at everybody who's been arrested, and you can piece together. Young Dolph didn't care about that. If you can make some money, you can see Memphis is a whole nother ball game, bro.
Okay, now I got you. I got you.
And you can't. Business ain't business. So when you cross somebody, when you cross somebody in Memphis like that, bro, it's over with.
Yeah, now I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't care who you is. It's over with. Now you could be a record executive, but you go and sign the wrong person in Memphis. No, bro, they coming at you, your family. They coming at your kids. They coming at you, bro. Ain't no such thing as business. You can't put the enemy on. That don't work down south. You may can do that in Chicago. You may can do that on the West Coast, but you can't do that down south, bro. You can't go cross that man, get that man's enemy, and then pretend you and that man friends.
Wow. Yeah. That makes sense now.
You just can't do that down south. I'm from the south, so I know you can't do that, bro. It ain't work with me. You ain't going to get my enemy. You ain't going to get my enemy and put some ducats in his bucket, bro. Not my enemy. We friends, and you going to get my enemy, bro, and put my enemy on?
Yeah.
And now you're going to take that same money.
Put money in his pocket, so now you're going that's going to help him get guns and whatever he needs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you're going to have money. Now my enemies, they're going to have guns and stuff like that. You can't do that down south, bro. You make and do that stuff in the big city, but down south, ain't nobody gonna sit still and let the enemy come up. And so that's why Dolph dead.
Yeah. But and another thing, brother Tanique, you know what's crazy? How the hell did Kevin Hackey talk all that smack about Reggie and then turn around and then all of a sudden they cool now?
Well, ask Phil Carson. Phil Carson said that they both were FBI informants.
Exactly, and I told, yeah, they was, and you know what? And so was Mob James too. That's why Mob James is glued to Reggie hip like that. Mob James is responsible for his own brother's death, whether you know it or not.
Wow.
Yeah, you want me to tell you how he's responsible? He's responsible for it because he saw the videotape and he went back and told Lip Dog. That's how. He went back and told Lip Dog, and guess what? Lip Dog went back and told Ponytail.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
We putting out too much.
Yeah.
We putting out too much information online, man. Let's just back up. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So what I was basically saying was, so now that we're hoping that we can bring some closure in all of this stuff, this chick come out with her book. First thing she's doing, what made me suspect, is claiming Tupac was her soulmate and she knew it the whole time. Well, I'm like, Pac asked your ass to marry him in jail. He didn't want to marry Keisha.
I know you're talking about. You talking about Jada.
He asked Jada to marry him in jail, and she refused.
Uh-huh.
So how you gonna be your soulmate and you doing all this to try and bring your I want y'all to see this because this is why rich black men don't want black women. She's the reason why. Look at this. This is why rich black men choose white women and Asian women. What would make a black woman want to tie her husband down in the media's eye because her career is worthless? Because she allegedly had an affair with her son's friends.
She doing that. She trying to run a bag up because Tupac a trending topic right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And that's wrong. She riding the wave of a person who died, man. That's wrong.
Yeah.
This is wrong. She don't get no pass. If anybody else was doing this, we'd be pissed off.
Yeah. And you know her mother, right? Her mother was all my niece's doctors.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Her mom used to be the head doctor, head nurse at Total Healthcare. I told you, man, Gab at the same place.
Yeah, and then sit up here and try and pretend that her and Chris Rock are friends, and no good and well she rolled her eyes at that dude, and that dude got up and slapped his boy to make her happy.
And guess what else?
What else?
Her uncle is my pastor. Yeah, her uncle is my pastor. But they all work for the government and stuff like that down here.
What you say? They all work for government. Everybody work for the government now. You can't trust nobody, man. And sitting up here tearing this brother down. He done built up this stellar career, and this is what happened when a black man get involved with a bad black woman. To me,
look him up. His name's Leon Pickett.
Okay, but look to me. This is what y'all need to take a look at. Y'all don't see why black men with money don't want black women. Jada Pinkett Smith is the reason. She's the reason. Look at what she's doing to Will Smith, and now you'll never get mad at a black man who get him a white woman or Asian woman when he gets some money, because of women like her. And that's what I wanted to say on this podcast. Nevertheless, to all my subs and followers, as usual, One Nation. Ignore you, bro. You on the air. You on the air. I didn't want to ignore you.
Hi.
How you doing? You on the air. I'm sorry. I didn't want to ignore you.
Pardon?
You on the air. I didn't want to know you. Go ahead.
I'm on air, yeah?
Yeah. Okay, you can share your opinion and thought with everybody. Go ahead.
Sorry, my English is not so good.
Okay, you can speak now. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm from Germany.
Hi. Thank you. Welcome, sir.
And I'm sorry, I'm drunk tonight.
That's okay.
It's okay.
Tupac would like that.
I'm so drunk, I would shave my head if a woman comes in and smokes cigarette with me.
That's an agent.
Okay.
I ain't getting in front of the screen no more. No.
So what's on your mind?
Pardon?
What's on your mind?
Oh, on my mind. Whew. I'm in trouble at the moment, and sorry, Tring.
Okay, we're gonna be praying for your brother that you be okay. We're at the end of our show now. We thank you for tuning in all the way from Germany. God bless you, bro.
Hello.
Okay, now we're getting ready to end our show. Once again, to all our subs and to all our followers, as usual, One Nation.
So you wanna talk down on a bitch, and you wanna talk shit? Like you never ate this pussy, or sucked this clit? Nigga, please, I fed you, every night on schedule. And your shit wasn't even all that, but my heart wasn't big enough to tell you. Guess I misled you, guess I was wrong. Shouldn't have went through your phone, wouldn't have seen all them hoes in your pictures. All of them bitches been blowing your line, but they say they're the names that remind me of niggas. When your ass gets so smart, when you start breaking these hearts, when you gon' act like a man, stop being that nigga. When you gon' play your part, play your role, when you gon' stay in your lane. Damn, maybe I'm just telling your business. Don't worry about the wrong damn things, cause I've been single for 2 weeks. Thirsty niggas always trying to get me, but I see you trying to get these bitches too. I guess that's what fuck niggas do. Yeah.
That's what we see Jay-Z has done. That's what we see Puff has done. The music don't become how you pay the bills. It's a lot of pressure off of it. You got other things bringing in income, you can make music.
This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. Like what the fuck is going on? Who told you that song and did you know all along? And why did your bitch sell that painting 2 weeks after he was gone? I'ma tell you what it feels like. It feels a little fishy. Feels like something's going on ever since that John Legend song and college prediction of a Grammy. If you ask me, I can't stand him. Seems a little weird. Question number 1, why is there no blood? Question number 2, Sam left in the AM is true, but you're talking about the shits all up in the afternoon. Don't trip, we're gonna find out the truth soon. Who did what to who? Did they plan to eat the chili fries or was it just a surprise? Can you see the lies a witness in a cowboy's eyes? Are we gonna just sit here and forget? Are we gonna ride like Nip said? It's a little weird that the judge quit. Handing out immunities like candy makes me sick. I got a lot of unanswered questions like, why's the footage all grit and I can't see shit? Who the fuck is that white man in that white BMW? Probably was the FBI. Yeah, I noticed that white guy, and I noticed the car wasn't in the pictures when they showed them afterwards. They thought we would forget. They got that shit backwards. They weren't expecting me to drop this track and raise all these questions with my Mac words. I'm really mobbing through LA smoking backwoods. I've been doing this shit all my life. TMC, AMI. You might just see an empty parking lot when you ride by. Well, me, I see way more. I see an independently owned store. I see the community taking power back, whether you're white, Mexican, Asian, or black. As long as you're not blue. Good ones, there might be a few, but from my life experience, I'm like, fuck that. I'm not defending Eric, but what's the fucking delay? They requested a quick trial, it's been over 800 days. They try to distract us in so many clever, creative ways. Yeah, you got your Grammy, and now you're a billionaire. But what about the families that are still living there? Seems a little unfair, just a little something to compare. I never seen a fireman wearing a bulletproof vest. Yes, the shit to me seems a little suspect. The shit's a little weird. Crisis actors taking away our fathers, making our child some bastards, killing creative men and women for their masters. The waves that Nip rode in, you didn't know where to begin. A bunch of new chapters, you didn't think about what would happen after. We would put the pieces together on your transparent bullshit. I can see right through it, like the clear blue sky in the LA sunny weather, where the palm trees swing side to side and we ride together on a white horse or a double R hearse in a foreign car. Either way, you gotta be on guard, because they're on tap for anyone who's brown or black with tats. Everybody sees it, but nobody wants to attack. It's sad if you ask, we all gotta blast back. We're in the game, though we can't touch the ball. Seems a little unfair if you ask me, that's all. So take your ignorant ass to YouTube and type in Tanika Views to get the real news. We're doing the shit for justice, not views. Sharing knowledge and coming together, that's the real tool. He tried to lead us to the lake, so don't sleep on the knowledge that he gave to me and you. He wanted us to learn from his mistakes, so with our new knowledge, good decisions we could make. And also one thing I wanted to say myself, they killed Dr. Sebi because he was teaching health. Assassins, they come in all shapes and sizes, big booties, hips and thighs. Oh, you're Diddy's girl, right? Oh yeah, John Legend, some things happen at your video shoot. I got a couple questions for you. All those strings you pulled, you still can't make a rap hit. You punk ass little bitch, you probably got a little dick. All the shit that you have to did. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face. This new song with Nip and Jay, what the fuck, I got something to say. What a slap in the fucking face.